Hello everyone and welcome back to Happy Farm Life. My name is Dr. Sierra Richard. I'm a pharmacist dedicated to helping you live a happier, healthier life. And today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to plan your day. This is part of my September 30-day self-care challenge. So if you haven't signed up, you can still sign up on my website. It is just day 2. But the reason this is part of self-care is in order to have the time that you feel comfortable letting yourself have self-care, because I know that is the issue for most people is they're like, I don't have that 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but planning out your time and making it a priority in your day and scheduling it in is going to make the difference on how you're going to be able to do self-care consistently. So without further ado, I'm going to switch it over to show you my primary way that I schedule my time and what I did in residency in the second half of the year once I figured out what was the best option for me, and that is using the app called Trello. Trello is a mobile and web app, so I can do it on my computer and then pull it up on my phone. It also syncs to my Google Calendar, which I'll show you how to do. And this is how I got through residency, and I will explain everything in the app. So here's what the homepage of Trello looks like. You can create boards for different parts in your life. So I have my content calendar, which is where I put everything for Instagram and YouTube and the website. I have Happy Farm Life, which is all the other projects that I'm working on within Happy Farm Life that I haven't shown you guys yet. So that's fun and exciting stuff. Legal Drug Dealer is my fun way of saying all my pharmacist thing. Life is Good is just kind of my life organization. So I have everything from bills to cleaning to birthdays and present ideas, just a little bit of all the things that are required to keep life in order. A vision board, which is all of my goals, and then the weekly schedule. So during residency, I had a residency board, but other than that, it pretty much looks the same. So we're going to use Legal Drug Dealer to kind of tutorial what I do for a week. So when you get to your board, you have your different columns, which you can label and kind of organize all of your cards. And each card is supposed to represent a project or a task that you would like to complete. So I have all of my professional things in this one. So for example, I work overnight, so we'll just open up this overnight task list. And this is everything that I can be doing on my overnight. So I have things that I use frequently, like my dosing service notes, because I do those in the middle of the night for any levels. So to start out, I have a checklist at the top for anything that's specific for that evening. I have my time tasks that are throughout the night, so I can go through and check them off to make sure I'm doing everything I need to do at the time that they are due. Things that I need to be checking periodically throughout the night and stay on top of before I leave. And then my bonus task list is things that I should do throughout the night. So basically, I can organize all my list and to-do list and things that I want to get done for whatever project I'm working on. You can add due dates to this. So say that I was working tonight, I could say I need to make sure that this is done before I leave at 8 a.m. And I can set a reminder whenever I would like. So say at the time of due date and save. Or I can do an hour before my shift ends, whatever you want to do. This is how you add checklist, and then you have your labels as well, where you can put words on them and decide what you want to label them. And then adding attachments, which I will show you in another slide. So each of these represents some sort of task for me. So for example, this is how I keep on top of all of my certificates. So I'm getting ready to do ACLS because I haven't got that yet. It's September 28th, so I have my time in there. I can add these attachments to get the pictures, which is what's on the card. But then once I'm done with it, I can actually attach my card. So that's what I've done here. And I have my PAL certification already attached. So I can actually open up the document whenever I would like to show that to somebody or if I need it. So let's use this ACLS for a major example here. And this is due frequently. So if I'm going to do it for the week, I'm going to take this card and I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to move it to the weekly schedule board and create a new card. So each week I go through all of my boards and I pull the task that I'm going to do that particular week. And then I take and I put this into my weekly schedule. So I have my ACLS here. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I list out my days. So let's say I'm going to do that on Monday. I put it here. And then for me, I like to say, how long is this going to take? So let's say that this takes 2 hours to complete. and I'm going to do it from 3 to 5 p.m. Now I have that in there, and I can time block my entire day with all of these cards, adding the cards in for each time. And so that's kind of what I did in residency. I'm not going to do that for you just because it's going to take a lot of time. But basically by the end of it, you can have your times for what you're going to do each day, and so you're not missing any task. So we'll go back to that pharmacist board that we had, and I'll show you how to connect to your Google Calendar. You have to install Planaway. So this is a new addition that I learned, but Planaway allows me to go ahead and add this to my Google Calendar. So this syncs with Google. As you can see over here, I have the turn sync with Google on, and I can sync all of my boards so that they not only show up, but that they also will be available on my Google Calendar. So my birthdays will show up, everything on my boards as well. So if you're a calendar person and that's something that, Trello wasn't working for you, you can sync it to your Google Calendar or other calendars as well. Yeah, so that's the basics of what I use this for. As far as everything I have in here, like you can see, I have my license. I'm still working on building my professional board. This is a new one. So I'm going to add my liability insurance. I have continuing education courses over here. So I have the critical care and peds reviews, as well as some CE continuing education courses that I want to complete at some point. And if you open that up, I can see a link to the e-learning home that takes me directly there, as well as I have the due dates and how many hours of CE I've gotten there. For my license, I keep important things such as license numbers and renewal dates. I also keep important attachments that go along with my professional licensure. So the great thing about using Trello is you can make this whatever you want, but I feel like the time blocking thing is one of the best ways to do this, putting everything down to begin with and always focusing on your why. I typically would put a why statement for especially things that were in my personal life or for goals. Why did I want to do this? Why is this important to me? So if I'm ever struggling with it, I can remember that. I also try to write my entire to-do list when I put the card in. I know that's not always possible and you can add to it later, but I try to get a good basis so I have an understanding of how many hours this is going to take me, so I appropriately allocate that time earlier on so I'm not cramming at the end. This totally changed how I did residency, because at first I was doing a lot of cramming at the end of a deadline, whereas once I started planning out and all the steps that were involved, I realized, I'm going to need to do like 4 or 5 hours up front so I'm not having to do a mad scramble the last week it's due. That's how I plan my time so that I could build more self-care into my day, as well as just get more done, reach more goals. I have been able to get more videos out and more content because I've done this. I hope you guys enjoy it. I would love to know how you guys are planning your day during the 30-day challenge. So go ahead and drop that down in the comments below. And if you like this video while you're down there, please give this a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to have more videos for this self-care challenge coming out all month and I don't want you to miss them. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!